are on our way to Belfast for the first part of our adventure. Very excited to go to Northern Ireland. Haven't been before, and it's gonna be amazing. See you there. So we are definitely in Northern Ireland. The wind is winding. It is really doing wonders. Reminds me of Wellington a bit. But we are on our way to the Titanic Museum because the Titanic was built in Belfast. So I'm really excited to learn more about that history. My friend Georgia actually wrote us an itinerary and gave us recommendations, and that was one of the things on it. So very excited to have a look and see what the history is all about. Just finished with the Titanic Museum. As you can tell, I look a little bit rough. I did cry quite a lot. It was quite an emotional exhibit for me. It was phenomenal. I would really recommend it. You learned a lot about kind of how it was built, the history of Belfast in relation to the Titanic, and then the history of the Titanic itself, and all the information about kind of the process from getting it built to its tragic end in April 1912. So would highly recommend if you're in Belfast coming here. Be prepared to cry. I did. Rest in peace. I think one of the most impressive things that came out of this huge tragedy is all the changes they made with regards to safety, including matching the number of lifeboats to the number of people on board. Good morning from sunny-ish Belfast. We ended up taking quite a chill one last night, so didn't vlog, didn't do anything, but now we are starting the day fresh. We are going to get some coffee from Napoleon Coffee, which apparently is supposed to be very good, so excited to try and put our Kiwi taste buds to the test. Yes, I said I have Kiwi taste buds. I live there. It's a vibe. After that, we're going to go and explore a few of the outer parts of Belfast, including a few villages. So Tom just tried the flat white and we have some news.
It's very good.
He said, and I quote, "It's the best flat white he's had since leaving New Zealand." So if you're a coffee person, Napoleon's where it's at. You gotta go. Belfast. Tip number 1, coffee is key.
I don't know if we can. I think I managed to get a lift.
So we've just finished walking through Margrafelt. Hopefully I'm not butchering that too badly. It was really cool because Tim's grandfather, so Tom's stepdad's grandfather, was born here in 1912, and we managed to find a painting, which is the one you would have seen with the street view. Very cool to be somewhere where someone's family history is. Obviously the Irish were some of the biggest migrants globally, but it's very cool to be somewhere where someone's own personal history that you know, or that I know, happens. So very cool to be here. Very excited to see what's next. So we're going to continue on with the adventure. We just got back to Belfast from our little road trip, and we are making our way to City Hall to see what's inside. Apparently there's some stained glass in there that shows the history of Belfast. So City Hall, which is right behind me, was built in 1898 and finished in 1906. It was one of the key buildings throughout Belfast's history, so this place should be a really interesting building to visit. We just went through a little bit of City Hall, but I'm feeling a bit nauseous, so we didn't see much of it. But we got to see some of the stained glass, which was quite cool. It covered a little bit of the history of Belfast, and oh my god, there are so many pigeons. As part of the exhibit, you got to learn a little bit more about the history of Belfast and Belfast becoming a city. And in the 1600s, it was through a charter signed by James I that Belfast was actually decreed to be a city. But the history of Belfast and this land has been ongoing since the early centuries of this of AD. Just waiting for the tour to start. I've got my CBD drink to hopefully help me feel better. We'll see how long I last on this tour, but it might be an early finish for me. But don't worry, Tom will film.
It's expressed here in the murals in support of the Palestinian side in the Middle East conflict, and just over three quarters of the island will be given independence, are now going to be the majority on that part. It's locked down. You're crossing from the Irish side through the peace zone.
So far so good on the tour. We are walking by the wall with all the art on it. We're on the loyalist side at the moment. You can definitely tell by everything on there, so let me just switch the camera. It's quite interesting from just like cultural sides, seeing what each side is really passionate about. And on the Republic side you've got pro-Palestine, and on the loyalist side you've got pro-Israel. So that's quite a contentious topic at the moment, which is really interesting to see live. And we're going to continue through the second part of the gate, because this actually locks from that side and that side over there.
Okay.
The Black Cab tour is teaching us a lot about the history of Belfast, but also the reality of what is happening today between both the Protestant and Catholic / Republic and Northern Irish side. So it's really interesting to go on and hear about from someone who is a local and understands the history. I would highly, highly recommend doing it. It's an unmissable thing in Belfast.
And the UVF and the UDA killed just over 1,000.
So the rest of the tour was really good. Unfortunately, I had to leave it a little bit early because I have food poisoning, which is why I'm in bed. So this is where I leave you for this vlog. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, especially if you feel bad for me for being unwell. So yeah, see you next time.